Thank you. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Kendra, thank you for that. Make sure we're recording these. And two is writing it out. Now, I know you guys have all heard this, right? When you want to be successful and you have to have a plan. So not only do you make a decision, but then you need to write that plan out and put it on a piece of paper. That's the best way to see it. I mean, writing things is there's something that goes into your subconscious when you actually have physically write something out. I know a lot of people do stuff on the computer. That's good too. I mean, if you type it out, you have it there, but it's on the computer. If you write it on paper, you can have it posted places, right? And so you can look at that. I like this. It says, take out a second sheet of paper and ask yourself, what would be the exact opposite of that in terms of what you do in your plan? Then on the top of the page, write, I am so happy and grateful now that, and below it, write out a detailed statement that are the opposite things that you wrote on the first sheet. When you're finished, burn and shred the first piece of paper. Read and rewrite what you wrote on the second sheet every day until you notice that you're no longer procrastinating. Oh, I'm sorry. The first thing is to write out how you currently feel about procrastination. Elaborate on how you procrastinate, what you do, and when you do it. That's when the second sheet of paper, you ask yourself, what would be the exact opposite of that? On the top of the page, write, I'm so happy and grateful now that, and below it, write out a detailed statement that are the opposite of the things you wrote on the first sheet. When you're finished, burn and shred the first sheet of paper. So make sense? So, but number three, chop it up. Sometimes we procrastinate because we don't know where to begin. Break large projects into milestones and then into small actionable steps. So basically, guys, we're going into a new year. We're going into 2022. You should write out your big plan, right? What's your goal for the year? Then you're going to break that goal down into monthly goals and then weekly goals, or maybe even quarterly, then monthly, then weekly. And then you can even break it down daily as to what you need to do. Because if you want to make, $200,000 next year, that's a big thing. So what happens is you get overwhelmed in your mind and then you don't do anything. And you get so caught up thinking about it that all of a sudden the year's half over and you're not going to hit that goal, right? You're like, I didn't even do the things I was supposed to do to build up to that. And so that's why you want to break things down. It's kind of like they say, eating an elephant one bite at a time, right? Quiet your mind. This one might surprise you, but meditation is one of the most effective ways to get rid of self-sabotaging behavior, including procrastination. So if you guys see the theme already is that there are steps to breaking down procrastination. Stop trying to be perfect. This is another thing. Perfectionism is an illusion that slows you down and prevents you from reaching your goal. Act quickly, doing the best you can. Kind of interesting that, in college, I think that was the thing when I looked at, because I referenced that because that's the first time I had like the whole plan for the semester and then always waited to the end. But the reason I didn't do the things I was supposed to do right away, it's actually because I was in my mind, I wanted to be perfect. And because I was kept worrying about going through that process and being perfect, that I didn't wait it to the end. And so I would end up the night before being up all night typing that paper because I had no choice at that point. It was just going to be what it was going to be, right? But if I started it, then I would just keep redoing it because I want it to be perfect. Guys, there's no such thing, right? Partner up. This one is huge. I think this is huge in any accomplishing of any goal of any kind, is partnering up, meaning finding an accountability partner so you help each other commit and follow through on the things you need to do to move towards our goals and our dreams. Guys, accountability partners are huge in anything. If any of you guys work out, it's all, to me, it's always easier. I don't know about you guys, but having an accountability partner just makes you get to the gym, right? I will go to the gym if I have an accountability partner because that person is expecting me to come. I don't want to let someone else down. I'd rather let myself down if it was by myself, right? And so it's huge in business. That's the same thing. So if you can find someone that's an accountability partner that's serious about their goals, and they're going to actually be honest with you and keep you on track, that's definitely a great way to avoid procrastination, because that'll weigh on you. You don't want to check in with your accountability partner every single time and be like, oh yeah, I didn't do it, right? So then they'll drop you pretty soon as a partner. Take a closer look. Revisit what you're putting off and ask yourself, why have it on your list? Be honest with yourself. Maybe putting it off is because something someone else wants to do, but it's really not important to you, right? So you have to look at things. Why are you procrastinating? Is this really important to you? Because if it is, then you should be getting it done. If it's not something you want to do, then you should remove it from your goals and stop wasting your energy on it. You guys realize that, like, if you have something you want to do, it takes a lot of energy to not do something, right? Because it's always on your mind and then it weighs on you psychologically. Then it actually breaks you down because you start to feel defeated. It's like a loss, right? It's a defeat. Put it on your gratitude list. Tomorrow morning, write down how grateful you are that you started the project and it's going well. Write it on in the present tense and feel like you've already achieved it. You see, expressing gratitude isn't only for things that have already happened. Being grateful for things that you want and expect to happen raises your vibration, thereby helps you get the results you want. Guys, I really hope that you practice gratitude, because it definitely works. Reward yourself for taking action. I think this is something that a lot of people they don't do, and you should always set things up so that you feel like you're accomplishing something. Even small goals, when you give yourself a small reward, it's pushing you forward, right? I mean, we're like children as it is. You just need to reward your children. You should reward yourself. When you accomplish something you want to put off, reward yourself. Take a coffee break, take a tea break, go to a movie, eat at a restaurant you've been wanting to check out. Do whatever will make you feel good about overcoming the procrastination. So again, you guys see that everything I'm listing, there are several steps in a plan to actually avoid the procrastination. And then lastly, it says adjust your attitude. Procrastination stops you from winning and realizing many great joys in life. But even in a small shift in your attitude can make a big difference in your results. So every day ask yourself, what environment do I want to create for my life to really thrive? Procrastination can't survive in an environment like that. So there's no magic pill that will put an end to procrastination forever, but these tips will help you take those concrete steps toward achieving more and feeling better about yourself. So hopefully that was helpful, guys. I mean, procrastination is something that I think, many of us battle with, but you have to set yourself up with a plan. So hopefully those things will give you a direction, and you can start breaking those things down, and so that you can accomplish your goals. But the first thing is write that goal down. If you haven't, I know Kendra mentioned it a few times and it's been mentioned on this call, is your business plan. We all have access to Breakthrough Broker. I really hope that you go into 2022. If you've never done this before, it can be a little scary because all kinds of other things pop up, right? Fear of failure. Am I not going to accomplish this? If I put 200,000 or 100,000 or $500,000, I don't know, your goals might be bigger. It might be scary to go, wow, if I put that down, what if I don't accomplish it? Don't think that way. Think about what if you were to accomplish it, right? How cool would that be to hit that income goal? But if you don't write it down, then you have no direction. And then you're just kind of like, well, I might hit it, might not. And that's one of the biggest mistakes realtors make. And that's why you see people going up and down. They're on this roller coaster. Yeah, you could have a great year, luck up on it. But what about next year? You want to make sure this is a plan that you can grow each and every year. Okay. So I'm going to lead into this. I told you guys that would mention there is a lead generation platform. I'm actually signed up for it. I'm actually going to be getting started with it this week, but I've heard through Pat Hayes, who's he's one of the top revenue share earners in the company. He has somebody who has created a system for lead generation. They set you up and get this plan. There's different plans. I mean, it is an investment on a monthly basis, but they guarantee you so many qualified leads, and they actually do the posting for you on a daily basis. So again, how serious are you about your business? If you're serious, then you're going to want to invest marketing dollars towards being successful and be intentional, right? In real estate, you gotta have multiple buckets or funnels, however you want to call it, or ways that you create leads. And this is just another way. And so I am signed up for it. We'll be getting started, but I know some other people have already had great success with it. And they also set up your page. Guys, I guess Google, this gentleman that I talked to said that, obviously we have Facebook and people put a lot of stock in that, but Google is not going anywhere. Most people, what do? They don't go to Facebook to search people. They go to Google to search for realtors. If you're not on Google, then you're really missing out. And it's like Google My Business, it's called. And so you want to get that set up. And this gentleman, this program, that's one of the first steps is they set up set you up on Google so that when people do a search for a realtor in your area, and then he teaches you and shows you things that you want to populate it with. And it's funny because I remember setting it up, but mine's like half set up. It's not all the parts aren't in there. And then there's no post, there's no pictures other than one when I first set it up. Guys, you want to be relevant. You're in business and you want people to be able to find you, but then you also want content. And so that's what this service is going to do. So if you are interested, I guess put a 1 in the chat if you're interested in hearing about that, because what I could do is I told the gentleman about our call on in the mornings. And so he said that he would jump on, and it will take him about 10-15 minutes to do the presentation. So if you'd like to hear about that, what I could do is just set him up, maybe even for this week if he's got time, and have him jump on and share with everyone how that plan works, and give you guys some more information on how to grow your business. So hopefully you guys are really doing something to invest marketing dollars and being intentional about your real estate business. It's interesting. I'll close up with this, is that I think I might even have told you guys, I was out, went to the UPS store, met a young lady or whatever. She was mentioned real estate, said she was like not having success, and she has a full-time job. And so I called her and finally followed up with her last night. And I said, well, listen, when can we meet? She's like, I work 40 hours a week, and then, the evening is family time, and I'm married with 3 kids and a husband. And I'm like, okay, well, when the heck are you going to be able to have time to do any marketing, answer your clients' calls? Because you can't tell your clients, well, I got family time, I work, and I can talk to you on Thursday between 9 and 10. I mean, that just doesn't work, right? And so I bring this point up because I know I see a lot of people on the call here. Guys, listen, if you're serious about real estate, you obviously have to have more than just a couple of hours to work your business. This is not like a side hustle that you can, like, if you're to do like another business selling, whatever, some product or service or whatever, that you can kind of jump in and out of it. It's not really, you can just do it on the side basically for 5-10 hours a week. Real estate is something you have to put time into. And I know most of you, you're on this call, you're up early, you're serious, but just keep that in mind, that how are you going about your business? What hours are you open, right? If you're only open a couple of hours a week, then really this really isn't the best career for you, because, you have clients that you got to be able to give them the support and the service that they deserve. And so, and if you want to hit goals, you're going to have time to put towards it. So with that plan that you wrote out, I want you guys to also write out, how many hours a week are you open? How many hours a week do you plan to build your business? Because now you should be thinking about 22, right? To 2022, and what are you trying to accomplish in that new year? And then have that as a part of your plan. What hours are you open? And then if you have a challenge with that, find a partner that can help support you. And then you can actually, then you do some sort of split or compensation, divide with that. Because again, you can find a way in anything, right? Leveraging is great. So maybe that's the deal. Maybe you're going to generate leads, or maybe you have a role in it. But whatever that is, just be intentional, have a plan, write it down, and make it make sense. And if you ever have questions about that, or you want ideas, I'm a big proponent of leverage and working together as a team and a unit. And so that might be a solution for you if you do have limited time. Well, that's our time today, guys. So I'm going to, I saw a few ones there. Okay, actually, oh, look at that. Saw a few more there. So what I'm going to do is I'll work on getting this guy, see what day he's available this week. If not, we'll definitely do it next week, where I'll have him talk about that lead generation. Again, no pressure. It's just a way for you, another avenue to generate leads. But regardless, get your Google page set up, get your Google My Business set up so that people can find you. Don't be a secret agent. Hope that was helpful, guys. It's always exciting to see all you guys on here, and up and at 'em, rock and roll today. Make it happen. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Thanks, Tony.
Have a great day.
Thank you, Tony. Have a great week.
All right, you too. Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Tony.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye-bye.